We're here at CP Plus 2025 all the way in Japan.
And on the show floor, there are a ton of brands showing off all of their latest products. It's going to be a ton of fun.
Sigma, Sony, Canon, Panasonic, everything in between, and we've got a lot to see. What do you say we get started?
Let's get started. Let's go now. First off, we have Sigma. Now, Sigma have come out swinging this year in time for CP Plus with a whole new rebrand and some really exciting products. First off, we have the Sigma BF, a brand new camera from Sigma that is changing the way that we look at cameras altogether. They wanted a radically simple design, and you've got that here. You can use this with one finger. You can change all the settings, and the 24 megapixel sensor gives you great results. You've also got 6K video capable of shooting L-Log, and with the L-Mount Alliance, you have a wide variety of lenses to choose from. But let's go inside and see what else they have on offer. We have here the 300 to 600 f4. Yes, you heard me right, f4 lens from Sigma. This is brand new, and this is essentially a bunch of super telephoto primes in one. It's a beast of a lens. It weighs in at just under 4 kilograms. This is so impressive for you wildlife photographers, sports photographers, you birders out there. This is going to be a game changer. Really excited to use this and see what it's like. And finally, we have the 16 to 300 mm. This is a 3.5 to 6.7 for APS-C cameras. It's available in FUJIFILM X mount, Canon RF, Sony E mount, and of course the L-Mount Alliance. Now this is an all-in-one lens, so many lenses in one, really lightweight, going to be a very popular lens for a lot of people. But now let's go over to the Sony booth and see what they have to offer with Matt.
Check this out. We got the entire Sony gear lineup right here, and I want to throw some of these things in my bag, but I have some concerns that I might get in trouble if I do that. All right, I just got my hands on the new Sony 16mm 1.8 G lens. This is compact and super lightweight. Just look at this thing. It's so tiny, really easy to throw in your bag and just kind of carry everywhere, and perfect for vlogging if I wanted to get a little Casey Neistat going on, environmental portraits like this scene I have behind me, landscape photography and astrophotography. This thing is going to crush it. I could do that for sure. Man, this lens is a beauty. This is the new Sony 400 to 800 f6.3 to 8 lens. I actually got to mess around with this a little bit in upstate New York, and now I get to see it here in Japan, and it is absolutely beautiful. This is perfect for sports and wildlife. I can definitely attest to its wildlife performance. The 400 to 800 range, plus you can add teleconverters, turn this into like an 1120mm or 1600mm with the 2x teleconverter. Just a very impressive lens, and not much larger than that 200 to 600, much loved from Sony as well. But I think we're wrapping up on Sony here. Let's check what Matt's up to at the Panasonic booth.
Here at the Lumix booth, we've got the brand new S1R2. This is capable of shooting 40 frames per second RAW in 44 megapixel stills. It shoots 8K 30 frames per second in video, 6.4K open gate, and 4K 120 10-bit video. This is a fantastic hybrid camera, and the new phase detection autofocus, it's a hybrid system along with AI tracking. It is such an improvement on the Mark I, and it's 25% lighter, so that is a bonus as well. A great option for you hybrid shooters out there. But now let's go over to the Nikon booth and see what Matt has over there.
All right, we made our way over to the Nikon booth, and there's so much to do here. We've got to explore a little bit, but to start off with the lens bar, my favorite kind of bar has to be a lens bar because there's so many awesome lenses here, including the brand new 35-1.2. This is an S series lens. That means high quality that we come to expect from Nikon. 1.2, this is incredibly fast and incredibly detailed and not that heavy for a lens of this nature. I got to shoot some portraiture back up in New York with it, and let me tell you, it is a beautiful lens. We've got more to see, so let's go explore the rest of it. Cool pics. All right, I'm about to take some cool pics with the new Nikon Coolpix P1100. This has an incredible zoom of 125 times, unheard of. That's a 24 to 3000 millimeter equivalent on a full frame camera. That is super impressive, and a super zoom. All right, we're back at the lens bar because I love it here so much, and I've got my hands on the brand new 28 to 135 f4 power zoom. I believe this is Nikon's first full frame power zoom of this nature. It's got like a cine style writing on the side here and the gold ring as well. And this lens, let me tell you, I got to use it a little bit in New York, and it is a beautiful lens. And you can tell it's really tailored towards video. also tailored towards video. Let's check out the next stop. All right, also having to do with video, we're in the red section of the Nikon booth, and yes, now these red cameras are getting Z-mount. This is awesome, gonna open up so many different opportunities, and can't wait to see some red footage shot with Nikon glass. But I think we're wrapping up here in the Nikon booth. Let's see what Matt has in store at the Canon booth.
So there's some basketball going on right behind me, but more importantly and more excitingly, we've got the new PowerShot V1 from Canon here at the Canon booth. This is a 22 megapixel camera with a 1.4 inch sensor. It's around the same size as a Micro Four Thirds sensor, but it's a little bigger in an aspect ratio of 3:2. It's a 16:50 equivalent, 2.8 to 4.5, and this is going to be a fantastic option for you content creators, you vloggers out there. It shoots 4K video, 4K 60 with a 1.4 crop, and it also has an internal ND up to 3 stops and optical stabilization. It's not available currently in the US, but it's on our website. You can pre-order it, and when this comes over to the US, this is going to be a game changer for you content creators. So keep an eye on this. And finally, we've got the RF 16-28 f2.8 STM wide-angle zoom lens from Canon. This is the latest in their more affordable lines of f2.8 zoom. So we've got the 16-28 and the 28-70 here. But so now you've got 2 affordable lenses with great low light capabilities, really versatile zoom range at a more affordable price point, but they still offer really great image quality. The shots that the team got with this in New York were fantastic, and if someone's looking to upgrade from a kit lens, this is a fantastic option. Boom, there we go.
All right, we made our way over to the Fujifilm booth where they have a whole bunch of different sets lined up, and it looks just so awesome over here. But let's start with their new release. One of their new releases, the Fujifilm Instax Wide Evo. This is kind of like a hybrid between a camera that you can print off of, like the Instaxes we've come to love, and it also can have an SD card inside, so that a micro SD card inside, so that you can save those digital images, maybe print them later, or post them to social media. You get the best of both worlds. It's got multiple different effects built in, so that you can really have fun when you're photographing some selfies with your family and friends. And also it's got a 16mm equivalent focal length to really get the entire scene in frame. Want to take a quick selfie?
Oh yeah, sure.
Let's do it, ready? All right, on the completely opposite spectrum of things, Fujifilm world here, we have the Fujifilm GFX Eterna, and all the rumblings online have been so exciting. We can't wait to hear even more about this camera. What we do know so far is that it has an 102 megapixel sensor, medium format, that same sensor as the GFX 102. And this is really their first entry into cinema cameras in this sort of modular style. So we can't wait to see more about this camera. And honestly, I think I'll have to shoot with it myself.
So I've been reunited with an old friend, the RS4 Mini from DJI. This is their latest compact gimbal, 4 mirrorless cameras. It has a payload capacity of 2 kilograms, 4.4 pounds. But the main feature that we all love about this is the intelligent tracking module. You can either do hand gestures to make sure it's tracking yourself, or if we're looking like this and I see Matt here, I do 1 click and now it's tracking Matt. I'll move this around. It's staying on him, so I can concentrate more on my surroundings. I don't have to worry about the framing because I know it's locked on there. So this is a fantastic addition to the DJI lineup, and I think we'll probably see this in future gimbals to come. But fear not for you smartphone shooters, because DJI have not forgotten you. We have the Osmo 7 and the Osmo 7P. They are both fantastic options, but what differentiates the 7P from the 7 is obviously it extends here, but we have this little module here that has a built-in fill light, so if you're in a low light situation, you can get on your face a little bit, but we also have the tracking system here, similar to the RS4 Mini, but you can also charge your phone from it as well. It's got a nice little USB slot here. So a really fantastic option for you content creators who are filming on a cell phone.
Guess what I just got my hands on in the OM System booth, the brand new OM3. I had the privilege of shooting with this in upstate New York and in New York City. And can I just say, this camera is so beautiful. And the whole idea here is it's inspired by those original OM film cameras. And you can tell just by the body and the design, but with the benefit of shooting digital. So you got an SD card that you can walk away with at the end of the day. Plus, if you want to really shoot like film, then you got these film emulations with this dial here, and you could toggle through a bunch of different film emulations. What's really cool though is, despite this being somewhat of a vintage looking camera, and a beautiful one at that, it also has really forward tech inside of it, like just packed inside it. We got computational photography modes like live ND filters, grad ND filters, and high-res shot mode to really turn this into a next level camera. We just got to the Sirui booth. They've recently announced a few anamorphic lenses with autofocus, and I'm loving this trend on full frame lenses going to autofocus. And I've been wanting to shoot on anamorphic, but I don't know if I'm the best focus puller in the world, so this is really going to save me here. We've got the 40mm, which was recently announced, and even more recent, the new 20mm. These are both T1.8 lenses, and I would say these two lenses are going to deliver some really impressive anamorphic footage. All right, next we've got this monopod. I've talked about this monopod in the past, the SVM 165P, and they've actually recently updated it and added a little pedal here. So now you just got a little hip pop, and you can swivel your monopod and you're good to go. And I love this because this top head just pops off, so you can take your camera, shoot handheld with it, and also you can take your camera off, take this off down here, and it turns into like a tabletop tripod. So you got a few different things in one. How awesome is that?
Here at the Profoto booth, we've got two new products here. We have the Pro D3 and the Pro B3. Now these are 750 watt monolights, and you might be thinking, Matt, what's the difference? Well, you notice the D3 has a cable, so if you're in a studio environment and you want to be set as possible, this is probably the guy for you. But if you want to shoot outside and you need something really portable, the B3 has a built-in battery here that will give you 60 minutes of charge at full power. So if you're out in the sun and you need to fight the sunlight and get different shots, this is the guy for you. A really portable light, it's super lightweight, a fantastic option from Profoto as always.
All right, we're at the Tamron booth. You guys know I love Tamron lenses. We just shot an entire video series with Tamron. Definitely check out that series. But now we're here at CP Plus, and you got to see their booth. They have so much going on. There's a massive Godzilla over there. I don't know if it's life-size, but it's big. But also on the miniature side, I'm testing out the 90 macro from Tamron that they announced last year. And this lens is awesome, but you have to see that this miniature they have in front of me. This is super cool.
So Tokina have released a 11-18 for Fujifilm X mount. This is f2.8. So this is a fantastic lens for someone who wants a wide angle zoom. I mean, I'm at 11 meters now. Yes, we have a 1.5 crop factor. So that's probably around 16 mil, but this is a fantastic option for a wide angle zoom lens for someone who's on a Fujifilm X mount. You can now get it.
Dude, that was so much fun running around the showroom floor here at CP Plus. But I have to ask, what was your favorite thing you saw?
Dude, it's gonna be the Sigma BF. It literally is, the line around the booth to get in just to even hold it is ridiculous. And we've had one in our bag and got a few looks when we've been taken out. Awesome camera, awesome piece of tech. But what about you?
I'd have to say like the Sony 400 to 800, that is a super impressive lens. But let us know down in the comments which of the products that we, I guess, showed you guys today was your favorite. We would love to hear from you. And I think we're ready to head back to B&H in New York City. What say you?
Killing me, so let's
do it.